Listen to these statistics. Over 30 million Americans have filed for unemployment. Over $841 billion in unpaid mortgages. Over 3.8 million Americans have requested forbearance. And these numbers, they just keep going up. Guys, I want you to think of this with me. How can you buy a house if you're making no money? How can you buy a house if you just got laid off? How can you buy a house if lenders keep on getting more strict on their requirements? You just can't. Now picture this. What happened to all of those homes that were supposed to go to foreclosure these past couple of months? We know that the auction hasn't been active. We know that it's been suspended. What happened to all of those homes that were supposed to go to foreclosure before this virus hit? Thousands of homes were supposed to go to foreclosure, but they didn't because the auction was canceled. Now what happened to those people who were late on their payments who had to end up getting foreclosed on? Do you think that the foreclosure cancellation is good for those who were already getting foreclosed on so they can save up more money? No, because the economy got hit so hard that those people who were already getting foreclosed on were already not making enough income and more than likely were a part of the 30 million plus Americans who got laid off. Now all those homes that were supposed to get foreclosed on that are suspended for now, what do you think is going to happen when the market picks up and now they can get foreclosed on? Because we've had the auction canceled for several months now, not just 1 month, several months, I believe about 3 months and going, depending on how the economy looks and depending on how this virus is. So what happens to all those homes that were getting foreclosed on and are not getting foreclosed on? Keep that in your mind until I get to the next part. By the way, guys, don't forget to hit the like button if you got any value from this video. Now, what do you think is going to happen to those who requested forbearance? They were never getting foreclosed on, but things got tight on them. They probably got laid off. Money's not doing so well with them, so they had to request forbearance. They had to request from the bank, can you please give me 6 months of not having to pay my mortgage? Can you please give me 12 months of not having to pay my mortgage? Whatever it is that they negotiated with their bank. What do you think is going to happen when at one time all those payments that they had to make that they pushed out and they deferred and the banks gave them forbearance all come at one time and they not have to pay it in one lump sum? What do you think is going to happen? Can you imagine that, for example, you go to the bank and say, can you please defer my payments for 6 months? Can you please defer it for 12 months? Whatever it is you negotiate with them. Can you imagine that you're not paying your mortgage for that many months, but at one time it's going to smack you? Now we know that the forbearance is to help the homeowners who really can't pay their mortgages. We know that it's there to help them out, but what I see it as is just delayed damage. Delayed damage meaning that today you're not paying your mortgage, in 6 months you're going to have to, and you're going to have to pay in 6 months, not just the 6 months that you didn't pay, but also that 7th month that's about to come up all at one time. This is delayed damage. Now, this is beneficial for people who can't afford it today, who can't afford their mortgage today, but the problem is, what happens when your timeline expires and now it's time and now you have to pay the banks? You got 3 options whenever it's time to pay the banks. A, you either pay it all at once. B, you have to renegotiate with them, request an extension, and then delay it again. Or C, tell them you're broke, you can't pay the payments, and you just run away, which we know is not an option, and that will still take you into foreclosure. None of those options look good. None of those options are options you want to be in, and that's the sad truth that the majority of people are in. Over 3.8 million who requested forbearance and are gonna have to experience exactly this. But guess what? The issue is not the forbearance. The issue is not the banks trying to help or the government trying to help. The issue is not that you can't afford to pay your payment this month. The issue is you eventually have to pay it again, and eventually have to pay it again all at once. A lot of lenders who gave the loans to their clients are saying that they'll defer the payments, but when it's time to pay it, you got to pay it in one lump sum. Some are saying that they'll extend it on the back end of the 30-year loan or the 15-year loan or whatever you have. But every single one is a case by case. So this is just deferring the damage, pushing the damage out, which is why it will eventually lead to a foreclosure crisis. People are already living month to month. How in the world can you expect them to save 6 months of payment, 12 months of payment? How in the world can you expect them to come and save money in an economy like we are in today, one where 30 million plus people are unemployed? How can you expect that? They can't even make the payments in a good economy. How are you going to expect it in a bad economy? I believe the system is just delaying the pain, the damage, and eventually it's going to catch up, and that's what's going to cause a market crash, a foreclosure crisis, a bad economy, and a lot of damage that we yet can't see. The point of this video and what I'm saying to all of you is to show you what we're encountering. This is why foreclosures are expected to be at an all-time high. This is why many people right now are expecting to find steal deals all around in the market. This is why people are saying opportunities are going to present themselves. This is why a foreclosure crisis may be sooner than a lot of us expect. And this is why the real estate market can crash. Fear is all over, panic is everywhere, and as much as the banks and government is trying to help, they can only do so much. Here's my personal take on what I think is going to happen, and I have two scenarios from worst to best, but I think it's going to be one of them. The market as of right now is just floating. There's not much movement happening and not a lot of action. We will see the impact of everything happening these past couple of months, start of December into January 2021. Things will start to uncover and the damages will start to show. Foreclosure rates will skyrocket. Millions of people will lose their homes. Cheap real estate will be all over and people will just be hoping to make a sale. Or, the better scenario, the markets heal quickly, the government continues to support as much as they can, the virus gets a cure, an official cure that's validated, and the market rebounds and demand starts to pick up. Now, we all want the best scenario and that's what we're all hoping for, but the truth is, it's kind of tough to see that. It's kind of tough to see it, and it looks so far-fetched because here's the thing. If the cure comes out today, right now, and it's the cure, and everyone knows it's the cure, and it's validated, if it comes out right now, people are still going to be afraid to leave their homes. People are still going to be afraid to shop, to buy, to leave and to touch things. People are still going to be afraid to go and buy things or to go be like a normal consumer and touch things to see if that's what they want. So the fear will continue to be there. Demand will not be as high as it should be, and this will take months and months and months to eventually get back to what it used to be. Now, we all know when a pandemic happens or a big crisis, a lot of stuff starts to shift. Nationwide just announced that they're going to shut down 4 to 5 of their big offices to have all their employees stay at home and work because they found out paying that monthly rent is just not worth it because they're doing the same work in their homes and in their comfort of their pajamas. So we know when a pandemic happens, a crisis happens, things shift. New businesses come in, old businesses leave, bankruptcies happens, and that's just the case, and that's just how it is. So guys, only time will tell, and your job is to be best prepared and ready for these opportunities. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, got any value from it, please don't forget to hit that like button. And most importantly, every single week I upload real estate content, business content, and finance content. So hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed this video and the future videos to come and the past videos that you still need to check out. Stay out there, stay hungry, keep on winning, and don't let all the negativity push you down. There's opportunity, and if you're smart and you're ahead of the game, you'll grab it. Thank you all so much. I'll see you in the next video, and I'm out.